now we've done our approach hike on the flat glacier den. So now what we want to do is we're going to shorten the distance of rope between us. So because our objective now is to cross the Bergschrund and then start our erect climb. Okay, so what we're going to do, both guys can do it or just one, depending on how you want to do it. But you really want to just kind of shorten the rope up and get probably roughly maybe 10 meters between us, just enough so that we think we can get over the Bergschrund. Depending on how far you're going to need to go, you may need more or less rope between you. One thing's for sure, you'll want to be sort of stretched out over the Bergschrund, and you can either belay your partner or sort of move together in a sort of moving belay as we were doing earlier. But as we get to the steeper snow, again, as we said earlier, kind of like on the arete, our distance wants to be shorter, okay? So what we'll do here is we'll each take up a few coils, okay? And then we'll block them off again. We'll shorten the distance, and then we'll go up and have a look at the Bergschrund and see if we can get across it. Good place here as we're going to go across the Bergschrund. We're not sure what we're going to find. So we've got our helmets on and we've got some rock gear, so that if I do need to do a little bit of a pitch to get up to the rock to bring Dan over the Bergschrund, then I'll be able to have that at the ready. So basically, it's getting steep, we're getting close to the rock. Do everything, try and prepare everything at the same spot. That way we're kind of loaded for bear. And ice screws too, I won't put those away just yet, because it could be the case that we find good ice up there or just above the Bergschrund. Then I can put the ice screw in and bring Dan up on ice screws as well. So you have to be ready for all of it. Most often it's probably the case that you'd be using your ice screw or your ice axe, or or even like a body belay, if you can kind of make sort of like a bosun's chair and sort of dig yourself a hole and bring the guy up on your shoulders. Depends on how difficult it is. If it's a real difficult Bergschrund, again, like anything else, if it's real difficult climbing, you want to pitch it out. You want to make sure you have a good anchor, because it's difficult for you, it will also be difficult for the second, so you want to make sure you have a decent anchor in case he falls. So it looks like we're going to cross, looks like there's a little snow bridge here, so we'll try and get across on the snow bridge. It's quite steep here, so that looks like the easiest way. So what we'll do is we'll walk across. We'll get to kind of the base of the snow bridge, and just below the Bergschrund, try and find a place that we think is, relatively safe. And then I'll do a little quick pitch across the snow bridge up onto the snow slope, and then I'll bring you up, okay? So we'll go across here. What I'm going to do is I'll just take a few coils so I can get you properly on belay. I'll belay you from a crack on the rock so I can get a really good belay. So just hang out there. Okay, you're on.